Wait, can I go pee real quick?
Too late. We're recording now.
We're live.
Sorry. All right, so we have a huge crew with us. The whole Erik, channeling Erik 2.0 crew, and I want each of you to very briefly just tell me about yourself so we can get started. Please, just really quick.
Heather Hilton, Hartford, commongroundhealing.com. The swearing psychic, happy hippie Heather. Thank you.
Yes, Abby, you're next.
Hi, Abby Dagnes, Brightside Medium. Is that quick?
Good.
That's pretty quick. Jennifer Doran.
Hi, psychic medium Jennifer Doran. Nice to see you all.
And I'll put
You're
all
just
y'all
awesome.
stuff
Hi.
in there.
Yeah.
Michelle Gray, what's up?
Michelle Gray of the Healing Heart, psychic medium, energy healer. Hello, all.
Denise Ramon, you're next.
Hi, Denise Ramon. I'm an intuitive medium healer at deniseramon.com.
Okay, Kevin Westerlund. Go ahead. Don't be shy. Come on. You know, Erik will kick you in the ass if you don't. Just speak up, Kevin. Okay?
Kevin, unmute yourself. Yeah, there you go.
That's what I'm trying to do, is get myself unmuted over here. I'm just Kevin Westerlund, and you can find me at Emerald City Psychics or through Elise.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So,
let me put it this way. I'm a healer, and I'm just getting into the medium part of it. I get messages drop once in a while, but I'm not quite as talented as the other young ladies in this group. So yeah, I'm working
Kevin,
on it.
that's not true.
yeah,
It's coming around.
No, yeah, you just don't give yourself enough credit. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so Laura, is Laura there?
I don't see her.
So I have a quick question. Are we actually live somewhere right now? Because I have now a message on the top that says live on Zoom with rev.com.
Well, it's because we have the it's not live. It's
Okay.
just that we've got live the captions, for the hearing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So you're safe. All right.
I was just wondering.
If Laura, if you come in later, we'll get you in. We'll admit you. But anyway, now we're going to start the 2021. What?
Slow your roll, mama.
What did I do now?
You forgot me.
Oh my God.
Oh,
But I'm looking at this little list, this long list, and you weren't there.
Slow your roll, Mama Medhouse.
Okay.
Eric's like,
Miss V's gonna whip my ass. Go ahead. Go for it. What do you got?
Veronica Drake, psychic medium, veronicadrake.com. And I cannot drink enough coffee. Can you tell?
Yes, you like me. You are like me. Okay, so I think I'm going back and forth with these little blue arrows, but whatever. Sorry.
It's okay.
All right, so we are going to start the predictions video for 2021 predictions. Okay. And all of these are from from the peeps. So let me just go through them. Will they find a bad side effect from the vaccines by the virus? Veronica, you want to take that?
I just channeled this.
I know. That's why I want you to do it, man.
There are, at this moment, there are no bad side effects for the foreseeable future. There are no bad side effects. As we move forward with this vaccine, like every other vaccine, it'll be tweaked and we will get the perfect measure that we need. But no notable side effects at this moment in the foreseeable future.
And Erik gave me a frequency set that I can use for in the scalar field to protect people from any vaccine side effects, actually.
Awesome.
Long-term or short-term, including
Awesome.
the COVID one. but also ensure that it's 100% effective. So that's, I think that's a little comforting. And I told Eric, make it cheap. So he decided to make it $35. That is like, it probably takes me an hour or so. That's pretty freaking good.
Awesome.
If
Okay.
you
Okay.
care, but I don't think it's necessary, frankly, because I think it's totally fine.
I don't either.
All right. Will all unsolved mysteries like the Eastall woman be solved in 2021? Heather, you take this one.
I'm still on the vaccine, sorry. Um,
Okay, Kevin, you want to take it?
I don't have anything on it at the moment, so.
That
Okay,
was Heather.
Jennifer.
That was Heather.
I know.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
okay,
Who wants to take that one?
what's the question again?
Unsolved mysteries solved in 2021. One example is the Eastall woman. I don't know, but will there be any?
No, they will not all be solved, but yes, there will be some unsolved mysteries solved in 2021, but not all of them. No.
Okay. Will the live music industry come back with venues reopening because of COVID? What do you think? Who wants to answer that?
I will, because I freaking love concerts and I miss them every day.
Oh, to be young. Oh God, I hate that. Oh God. Oh my God. Okay, go ahead.
Eric's saying slowly. He says it's going to definitely be more towards the summer. Once again, it's going to be slowly and hesitantly. It's going to still be the temperature checks. It's still not gonna be full venues. And also the same for sporting events coming in the fall. It won't be 100% occupancy. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. We got Laura here. Laura,
Hi, hi.
say hi and say whatever you want.
Hi, I'm Laura. I'm a psychic intuitive medium, and I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. We're happy you are here. All right. What is the meaning of the appearance and disappearance of metal monoliths appearing around the world? Like, is this linked to 5D Ascension? And what
What
does
is
cryptic inscriptions on some relate to? These apparently these metal monoliths are appearing around the world. I didn't know that was happening.
Yeah, I if anybody else has something, jump in. But I am familiar with this.
Oh,
I
go
am
ahead.
too,
Go ahead,
Jen.
Jen.
I'm like so fascinated by it. I think it's just so I think it's so fascinating. I think it's in such good fun, and I want to hear your opinion, what you think about it.
Yeah.
So
Go.
so yeah, what I was getting from the other side, some of them are hoaxes at this point, but it's extraterrestrial energy, and it does have to do with the evolution of Earth.
Oh, good.
It
Like
is-
the Georgia guidestones or whatever. That's kind of creepy.
It is, Eric saying that it is messages coming because we're seeing, okay, so he's got a lot to say about this real quick. He's saying that we've gone from one extreme of government to the other. And so we're all going to it's going to be a very civil unrest. And the reason why Nostradamus did not predict what's happening right now is because it's all our free will. It's on our shoulders what we are going to do from here. Are we going to unite and combine? And the planetary, so the universe and the extraterrestrials, the ones around us are like, holy fuck,
Oh,
it's in their hands. Shit. So they're coming down and they're trying to help. So they're giving messages.
God. Okay, so I'm hearing this person says the 21st of December 2020 is an important ascension change date. Is that correct?
September, what date? again?
21st.
Okay.
21st
What can
day
people
of
do more or less
anniversary.
to support that 5D transition? All right, so I guess what they're saying is that we are transitioning from 3D to 5D. Do we go to 4D? What the hell's 4D for? Okay.
So there's no coincidence between this date and the the shift of
The
government.
age of
We
Aquarius.
are raising the vibration.
Yeah.
It's
From Pisces to Aquarius. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Age of Aquarius. Yeah. And from, I actually, I'm getting that a lot of people have had, you know, how we use our survival techniques, which are just smelling and hearing and seeing
Yeah.
and being physical. We're moving into a time where this ascension, where those spiritual parts of ourselves that have been laying dormant are going to open up, and more people are going to start to see everything.
You know, it's really interesting because I'm so excited about Erik. You know, he says a lot of people are going through ascension and they have a lot of nasty and uncomfortable side effects sometimes. So I said, well, can we help them with scalar energy? And he said, yeah.
Well,
So he created a frequency set where we can prepare and protect people who are going through ascension. But my question is, what happened to 4D? Did we go from 3D
Well,
to 5D?
4D, as I understand it, is the Christ consciousness. And what I understand ascension to be, and where we're at right now at this place in time, we are shifting from everybody's all over the place, individuality, into the age of Aquarius, which is all about unity and oneness. And
Oh,
so if you look at the Christ consciousness and you understand who Christ was and what Christ represented, you know, we're all going to just, it's kind of, it's funny because what I just heard is it's going to be a drive-by, whoosh, and right up to 5th. So,
wow.
and really this ascension, what I love about this is it happens within each one of our bodies. So if you're looking to ascend, what I understand is the code is right within your own body and it lies within your chakras. And so I really just heard, you know, ding, 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 it's time to like ascend. And so I did the chakra work, moved on up, and it's just been kind of living in that space. So that's
Moving on up to the
ancient-
times.
it's ancient
The
energy.
Jeffersons. Sorry.
Elisa, we were talking about this with Erik the other day. We were
Yes,
talking about the
yes.
5D and that. But what I just heard is it's ancient. It's like the codes that why we keep hearing go within, go within. It's ancient codes within our
Yes.
DNA, in our cellular. That's what you're saying
Whoa,
too, right?
yes.
yes, absolutely.
That's
And
what
we're
we
going to
have go in.
remember.
Yes.
We're going to remember. It's the time to remember.
Okay, well, we need to, somebody wants to go into the like 3D stuff. So will Joe Biden be the president for the next 4 years? Somebody wants to ask. And if so, will he and any of his cabinet members win the following 4 years? Oh.
I
I'm
don't
not
do
touching this with a 10-foot pole.
I don't do politics. It's toxic. And I do this.
Same
I
here.
move it.
All right, is there anybody? Come on. I mean,
I'll touch it.
I mean, these are all learning experiences.
Denise-
All right, so if you don't like Biden, if you like Biden, it doesn't make a difference. These are learning experiences.
I'm going by
It's okay.
Erik
Yeah.
says.
I
Erik says. Denise, did you want to go?
You know, Erik and I talk about this on my walks in the morning and stuff, and we have been talking about it for a while before the election even before it even happened in November. And Erik told me a long time ago that Trump wouldn't win when he was only in office 6 months.
Wow.
And I had forgotten about it until it came towards the election. I had mentioned it to Michelle. And he told me again that he wasn't going to win. And he said, his energy was, and he's telling me right now, get it right. His energy was not a fear or anything like that. And I am not pro any of them at all. But he was just, and I was just doing it just, you know, for my own information. And he said that, you know, Biden was going to win, but there was a plan in place. And that from what he was showing me, Biden isn't he's not going to make it the whole time. And I don't know why
Yeah.
you know,
Denise, I was getting this, I didn't mean to cut you off,
Me
Denise.
too.
I was getting the same thing exactly. Like I was actually trying to go for a run in the freezing cold in New Hampshire and dying. And all of a sudden this thought came to me that I was having conversations with Erik, and that's exactly on point what he was saying to me.
And he was just, and he was just saying, you know, but it was with love and not fear. And he says, but however whatever is going to happen is going to be, it's how it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And just know that the goodness in it, you know, and you talk about the ascension and stuff. Erik showed me when I was walking out to the mailbox several months ago. He says, this is what it's going to be like with the ascension. You're still going to see the houses around you and everything, but it's going to look different. See how beautiful everything looks. And it's all about where we are within. And he says, you know, you go to places and you don't see people. And he says, and it's like you're still gonna be here, but you're just not going to pay attention to the stuff that bothered you before as you ascend in that. But I'm still going to be here. And but he also just tells me not to worry about the presidential thing, because there are other folks taking care of everything. And when he said that, I felt like extraterrestrial stuff, there's other people involved. And and he told me not to listen to any of the other stuff, because whatever side it is, or in the middle or around or underneath, it's a lot of it's promoting fear, and that's not what it. And I had no fear when Erik was talking to me, and I still don't have any fear with what's going on.
I don't either.
I wish them all well.
And the ascension is never out there.
No,
it's always
in here. Yes,
it's in here.
Always.
It's in here.
And I feel the same way. No fear. I don't fear anything. I have no fear.
Good. Well, we're eternal beings. What the fucking the worst can happen to us? Come on. All right. So, will the Biden presidency? This is from other people. Will the Biden presidency cause businesses and industries to suffer?
So I will actually jump in here, because I'm getting something. This is really a matter of perspective. Businesses are, some businesses are going to suffer, and if the perspective is it's because of the politics, then who's to say whether it is or whether it isn't. A lot of this is about perspective. It's easy to blame others for stuff, or put blame somewhere where it doesn't belong.
Yeah.
I guess the government can affect your business. But if you really want to survive it and get through it, then you have to bust your ass and do your work. And
well,
and I'll say this.
Wait. Oh, go ahead.
Success is far and wide, and it is our divine right to walk in the energy of success. With 2020 being a year of everything going down, I say this with all humility and all humbleness. My business broke through the roof. I have never done a better year. And so it really is about aligning with what's yours in the universe and understanding how to go get it.
True.
Correct.
And Erik just showed me that, like, he flashed this meme in front of me, which has touched my heart since I saw it. And this was several years ago, that the left wing and the right wing both come from the same bird.
Oh, no.
Beautiful.
That's nice.
I know. So, but Erik, when I talked to him about bringing somebody's business to abundance, because I have this business abundance package and I want it to go well. Okay. But sometimes there are spiritual contracts with the owners or whatever that need to be revoked. And so we have that service, or their energy blocks or whatever. So, sometimes we just have to consider that for businesses, but I don't understand why the populace wants to raise, this is the human in me, okay? Raise Why do they want to raise corporate income tax? Because corporations have a fiduciary responsibility to, you know, to the shareholders, all right? And so they're not going to suffer. They're either going to go somewhere else to like Ireland, who has a very low corporate income tax, or they're going to raise prices of services and you know, or goods. And so it's only going to hurt the people. But if I feel like when they want to raise corporate income tax, they're just pandering to jealousy and anger. It does not work. Corporations don't work that way. Okay?
Eric keeps telling me, for people who believe this works, look up, it's an economic term called unintended consequences. The law
Yeah.
of unintended consequences.
It doesn't work.
In a vacuum, it would work, but in reality,
Oh my
it will
God,
not.
it does not. Yes, exactly, Jennifer and Eric. It doesn't work because corporations need to take care of their shareholders. So they're going to raise the prices of what they sell you, goods or services, or they're going to leave and take
He
their
says,
jobs with them. So it's so stupid. But
he
that,
says we're gonna
that,
see the
that
extreme.
is the politician, right or left, okay?
We're
who
gonna
wants
experience
to wait,
extremes of-
who wants to make you mad. They're trying to stoke your emotions, but go ahead.
we're gonna see the extremes of
Good. We need to. Yeah.
each wing of the same bird.
Yeah.
It's how you handle it. It's part of coming together as a humanity.
It's the ascension.
Yes.
Yes. All right, here's another one. Will movie theaters see a revival? I got Netflix, man. Got Hulu.
I hate leaving my house.
Oh my God.
I'm just gonna say it.
I do too. I always say I'm so lazy, and I
Oh.
worked from home prior to the
I
pandemic.
think you're done.
And
I
I'm
don't
just
even
lazy.
have pants on right now. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
I
totally
gotta
kidding.
see. Stand up.
I
Take a
got
bow.
I got pants on. I'm
Veronica,
kidding.
stand up and take a bow. Okay. All right, so
I gotta say, I gotta
Kevin,
say,
Kevin, I want this for Kevin. Kevin, what do you see in this?
You're on mute.
There, just trying to get myself off mute there. From what I've experienced in life and kind of what they're showing me, you have to know what you don't want before you can create what you really do want in life.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And when people see how bad things end up looking to them, you know, they're going to want to create something better out of it instead of settling for the mundane.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
So what do you think about the movie theaters? Are they done? What do you think, Kevin?
I don't know. It depends on what the mass consciousness keeps on believing, whether they can believe we can get closer or not, or
Well,
it's
what did
gonna.
Eric tell you?
What's that?
Can you tap into Eric and see if he tells you anything?
I'm not sure if I'm tapping in there. It's just like whatever's coming through is just dropping in. So I can feel Eric just barely, but I'm not sure if it's coming from them or from me. So
I'll jump in. We're never going to lose the socialization. We're never going to lose the need to put on our good clothes and go out.
Yeah.
Hollywood, for all intents and purposes, makes movies. And yes, we can get them on Netflix, and yes, we can stream them and all of that. But there is something alluring about putting on our good clothes and having a date night and eating some popcorn. It's going to come back, Eric says, in force.
Sorry, Veronica.
No worries.
So one of the
but
things
you know, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
one of the things that I had seen a couple months ago about this was that this is a good time for like the way the Europeans have the movie theaters, where it's a dinner experience, because you're probably not maybe going to get as many people back in. So to make it like an event, you go to dinner, some drinks,
Absolutely.
you know, sit at tables and stuff. It's a good time for people if they want to do something like that.
Don't have the alcohol.
We do that already here in Pennsylvania.
We have that here.
Y'all are a bunch of lushes there. All right,
It's
so
interesting.
I
Uh,
am. Here I am.
Can I add something to this just really quick?
yes,
Actually, Ryan is wanting me to like bring this up too, because he had 2 young girls as well.
Ryan Adragna, who is no
Yeah.
longer with us here, but yeah.
He's like really pushing me, like, say it. So I have an 11-year-old son. Okay. His dream is to be like a YouTube star or like work in Hollywood as like a video editor or something. His best memories and the things that he begs me the most to do is to take him to the movies. And he like, to him, it's everything to have that moment with me to do that. So I think that I'm supposed to bring that up just in the essence of like, it's about the experience and the memories of the situation. So that's why I think it's gonna, come back.
Everybody. Yeah.
It's larger than life. And think about the drive-in. I don't know, those of us, Elisa, you
Oh,
and I
hell
might
yeah.
be the
Oh God.
it
that
goes
was-
full
Are
circle.
you kidding me?
Eric's like, hell yeah, the drive-in.
I
It
am
goes
not
full
that
circle.
old, man.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
I am.
And it'll have its day again. It'll look different. As Jennifer said, it's already beginning to look different. But again, we're looking different as a whole.
yeah. Yeah.
And speaking of that, drive-ins are starting to come back a bit.
Absolutely.
And Eric says this, he says people have a tendency to look at this situation, and when he says situation, he's meaning in the pandemic, as a bad thing and all of this. And it is sad for the people who have lost loved ones or who are still suffering in that. And I'm not minimizing that, nor is Eric. However, the great of it has brought unity to a lot of us. And what Eric says, it's even made us more creative, because we had to dig within us on how to become more creative, because the things that we were so used to were no longer available. And Eric says there are places throughout the US and in other countries had revived back the drive-in. And now even more places are having like rooftop movies outdoors and stuff like that. And we even have that here in Houston, Lisa,
Cool.
down in the Galleria area. And so, Eric says, this movie industry, the theater and that, he says, it's not going to go away. There's a lot of stuff going on that they don't advertise as much, but there are going to be movies coming back, and they're getting even more creative in what they're wanting to put out. And he says, and they're going to be coming out with some more heartfelt movies that really make our hearts sing and give us food for thought. And they're not going to be so much the gory type movies anymore.
Oh my God. I'm so tired.
Some people love that
I am
stuff.
so tired of watching the news that I'm like, it's all about Hallmark with me. So I'm officially an old lady. Okay, now, what progress will the Black community have on securing reparations from slavery? Laura, you want to take this one? I have to do it.
That's a good one.
You
Or
can
Heather.
start,
Heather or Laura?
You
Laura?
can start. I'll add on to it.
Oh, I'm telling you, okay, so Eric's coming. Actually, I'm trans channeling now. It's like, we have come so far, and I'm telling you that everything that we've been through in the past 4 years and the next 4 years is all about bringing to light the humanity that we all need to feel. It brought the Me Too movement. It brought the Black Lives Matter movement. It brought together how we need to love each other as human beings. It's bringing so much together. And as far as our community of the darker color, that isn't even going to be an issue, because it's coming to the point of transgender. It's coming to male or female. So when it comes to colored people, it's not even going to be an issue, because we're getting past that. That is coming to ahead,
Well,
and now we're dealing with the crystal children.
I
Sorry.
cannot wait until we interbreed so much that we're all the same. I'm so
The
sick.
crystal children who are coming in
I'm
are the
fucking
ones who are
sick.
bringing us to that.
Yes, I am so sick of the division between people. I mean, my first boyfriend was black. I loved, he was awesome. It's like so stupid. And as a doctor, the only difference I see between races is blacks. When you operate on them, they have more vasoconstriction of their vessels.
Yeah.
Be very careful, and that's it. That's it.
As
Otherwise,
an RN, I know that too.
same.
Yeah. And he's saying, imagine how the president brought out the Me Too movement and the Black Lives Matter. Imagine what this presidency is going to do. It, regardless of our political opinion, this is happening the way it's supposed to, and it's going to bring out more movements and more change and more healing and more combining of our energies.
Okay, will weed become federally legal, Michelle?
Will we become federally legal?
No, will weed?
Oh, will we?
Weed.
Yeah.
Ah. Why am I being asked that question, Erik?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
Somebody else can do it. I don't care. I
No. I just don't.
Well,
Yes, Erik says that it's going to. He says not everywhere, but it's going to be a conversation towards the end of 2021 and 2022.
If I can chime in when you're done, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Erik is telling me that federally legal all across the board can only happen when money can't be made by pharmaceuticals.
oh God, that is so true.
And that's not going to happen.
Oh yeah, and he says the vertical. Somebody says, will there be progress on the vertical sales so that
Not this year.
low-income communities can participate in the weed industry once legalized?
Just not this year.
Yeah, that's too bad.
It's a
No,
great revenue maker.
ultimately what's
It
gonna
will
happen
ultimately.
in order for it to become federally legal, what I'm hearing is the federal government will basically be the ones dealing it, selling it.
Well, let me ask you
They're
this,
gonna have their hands in the pot.
So
Erik.
Biden will be our dealer.
Erik, would you want me to smoke weed, to do weed?
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm serious for my.
He says
Hell
edibles
yeah.
edibles
Hell
are better
yeah.
for you.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Anxiety.
To calm the
I don't
fuck down a little bit.
anxiety. I don't have anxiety.
He's
okay?
saying what's
What?
inside of you, post-traumatic stress, causes some sort of anxiety. Smoke and toke.
I was
Smoking
hearing
too.
edibles. I was actually hearing edibles.
I did too.
okay?
I heard eat.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I heard
Oh,
too.
I'm not a baker, man. Okay,
You
We
can
don't have to
purchase
bake them.
Illegal
Get some
here.
gummies.
Purchase-
problem. That's a
You can
problem.
purchase them.
But it's probably better than alcohol. So
I think this is
Yes.
going to be a whole nother episode.
Erik says
Yeah.
it's not poisonous like alcohol is. He says when you
Mm.
really break down alcohol and what it is, that's a poisonous product. And people die of alcoholic poisoning.
that's true.
People don't die of marijuana.
But
It's
here's
the way you're.
no, but here's the problem with me. When Erik died, my daughter Michelle, she doesn't do marijuana anymore, but she tried to get me to smoke, and I took some big ass hits, man. And she'd like,
Oh.
"Did you see the colors?" I said, "No, I don't see any. There's no change." And so I kept doing it and doing it. It's like it had no effect on me.
Well, that might be why edibles is an option for you.
Yeah.
Eric's
some-
talking about a specific strain.
I know someone who did the edibles for migraines, and when they could tell, because people who get migraines can tell when they're going to get one.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
they would eat a little bit of an edible, and they never smoked it or did any other kind of
Wow.
drugs. But what it would do is it would relax them to where the migraine wouldn't kick in. And when you have a migraine, people who have them, and I think some people here have them, they last for like 4 days, and the blockers don't really help, but doing that does. And Erik says it would be good for you.
It's not legal yet. I'm not.
It's not
Erik
legal.
says,
I tell you, I really thought they would legalize marijuana here in the state of Texas before they did gay marriage. I was like a total shock when they legalized gay marriage all across the US. I mean, I was floored.
Dang,
But
that's
there
It was
will
a
be
beautiful day.
the import,
I don't know because I'm not in the US, but he was showing me like states being able to have it, certain states being able to have it legal. How many states have it legal right now?
Maine.
I was gonna say Heather can grow some for us.
I think
Recreation? Or
I
are you
think
asking legal for recreation? Because like you can get it with a card here in Florida, but it's not recreationally legal.
PA is medical.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's medical.
Massachusetts is recreational. I take
Yeah.
road trips. I'm down for a toke.
Have you ever done
Hey,
that?
let's hang out, V.
Wait,
I'll bring my selenite.
Have you
We'll
ever
all be
done
all
it?
right.
Veronica, have you ever done it?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hey,
My husband takes edibles for anxiety. Listen, I don't do it as a
Awesome.
rule. I don't do it as a rule, but listen, my girlfriend comes over and we laugh our asses off because it brings us down. I am not advocating for this. I am telling you what I do.
I am.
Awesome. Erik,
Never inhaled.
Elisa, Erik wants to tell you this is very important. Elisa, very important.
Yeah.
Erik is telling you that there are 2 different strains. There's indica and sativa.
But yeah.
So indica is the downer. It's called indica couch. But you are opposite.
The couch.
So when you do
Sativa.
indica, it actually makes you hyper. But when you do sativa, it makes you calm. He wants you to know that.
All right. Well, I'm not going to do it until it's legal, so I can't. I don't want to take a chance. Anyway.
Road trip to
Oh, that's it.
Massachusetts. I'll drive.
Okay, because I can't. I don't want that one. I'm a terrible driver anyway. Okay,
I
so
love you.
here's a cool. We're talking about an about face. We're gonna have to do 2 sessions on this. I'm telling you, man, this is not gonna be enough. Anyway, what will other public learn about aliens this year? Okay, what will the public? What's gonna come out about aliens, basically?
Erik says we're going to start seeing some more things. People are seeing things even more so now, and it's almost like Erik says it's going to look like something got leaked out, but nothing gets leaked out. There's an intentional release of whatever. So he says some things, there's going to be things leaked out. And then again, he says, so, and then you're going to have the hoax stuff, like with that metal that's sticking in, because we even had one of those in Houston and it was fake.
What?
The metal that's in the ground, whatever that metal thing that like Utah had, that metal thing that they,
I don't know what it is.
You just asked a question about it. What are they calling it? Monoliths or something?
Yeah, that.
So, yeah.
But we had something like that here in Houston, and it was not real, but it was whatever it was anyway. But Erik says, yes, we're going to start seeing more. He says, but you still have those non-believers. And he says, so there's going to be a good portion that don't believe in, because what it does is it flips people's belief systems who are really into the organized religion, because then it will alter that, because it's almost like some of what they've been taught all their life and taught their kids is going to be questionable, and that's going to be a little bit challenging for them to swallow. But he said yes, and he says there's some people on this panel right now who have seen stuff.
Kevin.
So he says,
specializes in
Kevin,
this.
tell us, Kevin, what's going on?
Yeah.
Kevin?
You're on mute, hon.
Kevin, I'm mute.
Sorry, I had to step away for a minute. What was the question again?
Extraterrestrials. We're going to see them this year.
I've been kind of following it where, when they were allowing it on YouTube, but the sightings of ships has been increasing just way beyond what the normal numbers used to be. I think it's getting close to that time. I know they've been working with our government for years, and they've also said that sooner or later they're going to make their presence known. And I think it's getting closer to that time it's going to happen. So,
Mhm.
There's
And
going to be a
also,
lot of, sorry. Yep.
just really quickly, oh, sorry. What I was just seeing with the aliens, as people wake up to their spiritual abilities, I'm seeing that people are starting to learn like who they're communicating with, and some of the people, the guides that we have, our spirit guides, are actually aliens. And it's like they're going to connect with them and it's going to start to unfold where it kind of becomes normal. So I'm seeing that as well on an energetic level where people are actually starting to have relationships. A lot of the star seeds and crystal children, it seems like a lot.
Wow.
So what I'm beginning to hear is that aliens, like everything else, are all about perception. They're all around us. They're everywhere. We all have access to it. Will our minds allow us to perceive it? As we begin to get more evidence through people like us that do this work, who are reputable and bring it forward, people's minds will allow and have more capacity to understand that literally they're right here.
Well, that's really interesting. You should say that because, when whatever conquistador, I can't remember which conquistador came on the shores of America, then the indigenous people were like, there was, oh yeah, no, it was Columbus. There was, no, it wasn't, whatever. But they
Here,
saw
selenite.
ships out there, right?
Okay.
Nina,
What's the
Pinta,
next
Santa
question?
Maria, but those indigenous people could not see them because it was totally out of their reality. They
It's
couldn't
right here.
imagine. They did not know there was like ships. What the fuck? And there's no ships. What? So
may I
it
step
was
in here for a minute?
completely impossible for them to imagine. Yes, Kevin, go.
Okay. When I was living down in Sedona, I spent, 10, 11 years down there. I used to go out hiking. I work with the Arcturians. They've been with me since I was a kid.
Wow. Are they bad or good? I can't remember.
They're good. They're good. Trust
Mhm.
me. I would go out hiking in the desert by myself and I would see what they call ship clouds. They disguise them like looking like clouds as they come in. And if you pay attention enough, you'll realize what shapes they are. Lenticular clouds are a good example. But
Oh,
Beautiful.
I'd be out in the desert and all of a sudden I'd be watching lenticular cloud and there'd be a little silver UFO come out of the bottom, smaller than the cloud, a lot smaller, and go from one end of the cloud to the other and go back up in. And the people I was with, my soul group at the time, they wouldn't see UFOs in the daytime. We'd see them at night all the time in Sedona. But
that's really weird because
the reason I asked them, I said, how come everybody's asking to see them, but I'm the only one that keeps on running into all these UFOs in the daytime? And they said, well, there's a difference between me and them. They believe they're going to see them. I know I'm going to see them. And because I know I can see them,
Right here. It's right
they
here.
they show themselves to me. What I may see and know is a UFO, somebody else in their human perception could only perceive as a star.
okay.
Absolutely.
Before Veronica jumps in, I'm gonna share something with my girlfriends. We went to was it I don't know, whatever. Okay, so we decided to go and take a blanket, go out to a field, lay down head to head, like 7 of us, and look at the sky. And we said, we want ETs to come and show themselves. Yeah. And it's like, okay, I was like, no, I was a skeptic. Okay, all right. You know how I was anyway. So I said, okay. And then all of a sudden, I see these lights, like 5 lights in a row, maybe more, just coming toward us. And then it stopped, and then it went to the left. I'm not, wow, that was crazy. So I know now from that experience that it's happening.
My
Lisa,
first experience. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Lisa, I don't think you're crazy at all. Actually, in September, I was questioning if I was questioning if I was crazy. It was late at night, hanging out with all my girlfriends. I was actually the only one sober, believe it or not. Truth. and I saw the same thing. It was like I saw a low of lights, and it was moving a lot like a drone would move. I live in New Hampshire, and we were up in the mountain area in New Hampshire, and it was starting to get cold out, beginning of October, and I had the exact same. That's exactly what I saw too, and I just stood there like, what? Like, am I really seeing this right now? I mean, not much surprises me anymore, but isn't it amazing when like you see that and you're like, wow, my Grammy really wasn't drunk. She's telling the truth.
Yeah.
My first experience was 9 years old. I can remember my mom and her girlfriend taking me and my brother out, and we would actually go out into these places where there wasn't anything, and we would actually just wait and camp out and have picnics and all of that. And I can remember being 9 years old, just seeing something that was so unexplainable. I've always known there was more. I just never knew how to label it. And I have something to say. Kevin, I've never met you. I'm Veronica Drake. So welcome, Kevin. Kevin, what's it going to take for me to get to see your face?
For me to,
For me to see your face.
oh, I'll be on soon enough. I'm just not set up tonight.
Okay.
Little sleep. So
All right, Kevin. Because listen, I've been up since 4 a.m., Kevin. I'm looking like a hag, but okay.
No, you look awesome.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, so let's go forward. Somebody wants to know what's going to happen to the housing. Oh, China first. What's going to freaking happen with China? Are they going to? They want to be the world powers. Okay, it's not the Chinese. I love the Chinese, but the Chinese Communist Party. Are they going to take over the world? I mean, what can we do? I mean, they did this whole COVID thing. Are we going to get reparations for that to help pay for all the shit that's happened in our country? Not only in our country, in every country. What's going to happen? Talk China. Jennifer, go.
No reparations, and that's all I'm getting.
All right.
No reparations at all.
It's part of the big plan.
Why?
And the big plan is spiritual. And here's the big plan. The big plan includes, I'll fuck you up, you fuck me up. And then when we're done fucking each other up, we're going to learn unity.
Well, I really feel sad for the Chinese people.
It's gonna get worse before it gets better.
But
Sad for all people. I feel sad for the unenlightened.
Yeah. But the Chinese, the Uyghurs, no, I can't remember. Those that are so destroyed by the Chinese Communist Party. I mean, what can we do to help them? I mean, what? Is there any hope for them?
Do they know they're destroyed? When a fish lives in water, it only knows that it's in water if it jumps out. I mean, and I'm not trying to make light of it.
Yeah, no, I think some do, though.
Okay.
I do.
I don't know enough about it.
It is gonna get worse before it gets better.
Ugh.
My guides are saying evolutionary evolvement.
Okay.
Erik says that, because I asked him about this, and I have someone who's from China, born and raised, and moved away when they were 18, but family and everything's still there. And as everybody knows, my daughter is from China. So, you know, I have a, so I, you know, pay attention and listen and have a little sensitive ear, you know, for things. And, but Erik just recently just told me, you know, the thing of it is people are saying China and at least, so you did say the government, the people themselves, a lot of them, there's a lot of wisdom within the community, within the people themselves. And then
Yes,
there's a
I
lot of people
feel.
who are not aware, just like here in other countries and that.
Yeah.
But there's this, and it is what like Veronica said, and I've heard someone else say, this is really about it's kind of like a tug of war type thing, and eventually that rope that they're pulling on is going to pop, and they're going to have to come together. And when I say they, not just the Chinese, it's the government, it's going to be other people, because we're fueling those people to do things, because we're giving them our business, not just us, but other people.
Yeah.
And Erik says, we as a consciousness are changing how we do things, and this is what's really going on. And Erik says, fasten your seatbelts for this year. It's a good year, but there's going to be some pretty swift roller coaster rides.
All right, so
yeah.
one person, and I think many people want to know, is America headed toward being a socialist country?
Erik says no, not at all. He says
No.
there's too many people here that would not even go for that. He says absolutely not.
Nope. No, not
He's very
going that
adamant.
way.
Yeah.
All right,
It can't, especially with the people ascending as they are. People are just going to get louder.
wow.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you
what's
remember
gonna
how
happen to the housing market and the stock market? Somebody wants to know.
I don't know. And I've asked Erik about this, even just for my own self, just like the feel, and some other people have asked me, and Erik, I don't know. Really, I don't. Erik says wait till March about doing things different or whatever. And with the little bit of money I have, I'm waiting until after March, because I feel it in my gut. I don't know. I feel like something in April is going to really shift and change.
Oh.
But
April.
however,
Coming from a,
April, yeah. And I don't feel like, Erik says, we're not going to go down under, because that's not how we are. It's like we'd stop breathing, and we're not going to stop breathing. But I don't know. But yeah, I get April too, like in the March, like wait till like April. So I don't.
Yeah.
So I don't.
What we need
that's-
to understand is one thing feeds off the other, is what Erik is showing us. And so when one thing is down, everything is down. So as we rebuild collectively, it will happen incrementally, but we will all step back up. And it all begins on a personal level, taking personal responsibility. So unemployment factors into the stocks, factors into the economy, factors in. So it's incremental, and it's step by step. But by April, I see Erik showing me this, like we're gonna level off, but we'll still have sea legs.
Okay. Okay. That's what it, yeah. Okay.
it's all based off fear. Are you going to let fear rule what you do and how you go forward?
All right, so this whole thing with the election, and this is not coming from me. People want to know if there was massive voter fraud, and if so, will it be discovered?
There's always been voter fraud.
No, I mean, but the whole thing, how, supposedly Obama,
No,
wait, somebody said he got with the whatever of prime minister of Italy and satellite dominion, whatever. I mean, was there massive voter fraud? I want more than one person to answer that, because there's filters here, right? Because it's very emotional.
I'm out.
there was a lot of voter fraud.
I get
That's what I'm, That's what I'm hearing. And I'm not on either fence. I'm just saying there was.
I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. So
I'm not a political person, and I'm not going to say I'm going to say this, and I don't mean it to sound like it sounds, but I could give a shit, because here's the thing that I've understand completely. Whatever is supposed to be, and we're here to adapt. That's part of the Ascension process. Was there voter fraud? Fuck yeah. There's always been voter fraud, as Heather said. Is there going to continue to be fraud on Capitol Hill? And hell yeah. But here's the thing. What we had in office prior to this was sent there to turn the light on so the cockroaches would run. Now they didn't run.
That's what Erik said.
Yes, he tells me that. But listen, they ran. Nobody stepped on them. And my husband will tell you, I don't know what the fuck goes on politically. I know Joe Biden's the president. I don't know nothing else. I don't want to know. But yes, major voter fraud. And I'm going to tell you something, that mail-in shit fucked up from beyond, Erik said.
Yep.
Well, Erik told me when I was asked basically in the Skinner field what's happened, and he said Trump would win the election but not be president.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Kevin?
I was told he was going to win.
Yeah, he won, but because of the fraud, was not going to be president. That's what I got.
I mean, that might go along the lines of what I heard. Here's the thing. We are where we're at. And when we get stuck in shoulda, coulda, woulda, and that vengeance, that venom that comes out, that holds us all back as a collective. The people have to take the power back. And I'm going to tell you, and this is not on a soapbox. This is Erik reminding each and every one of you watching. America, and Michelle, you're in Canada, but the Americans, we were given freedom, life, liberty, freedom. Get the fuck out and vote.
Yeah.
That's Erik, not me.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
I'm picking something up that I just want to kind of bring up, and I actually am asking for help, trying to help figure this out, what this means from the other mediums that are on tonight. I'm picking up that there's this hierarchy above the politicians. I'm not talking about Illuminati. So it's just it could be, not saying you're not wrong. That's why I'm asking for help. But I'm picking up this like higher level of anarchy, or not, maybe I'm supposed to say anarchy. I don't know. But this higher level, that's
it's
like
this,
making
puppet string. Somebody's moving.
Is that what it is, Veronica?
Yep, the puppet strings are being pulled. And who's pulling the puppet strings? The people. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. In fact, I pride myself on saying I'm not a conspiracy. I could give two shits. Erik's showing me the puppet strings are being pulled. The people with the deepest pockets. The people with the deepest pockets. If you want to know who the deepest pockets are, you don't have far to look, because they're keeping us sick and they're keeping us repressed.
So here's the other thing I'm picking up is like, Veronica, like what you were just saying about like the richest, I'm like seeing like kind of maybe not Saudi Arabia, but like something like some kind of like really rich, maybe Dubai, I don't know, just very rich, like higher rich in the world that are like, it's just such a strange concept to me. Thank you for helping me.
It's all over the world. It's all over
it
the world.
This,
so it's not just in the US, but all over the world. And this has come out, and in fact, this came out in a channeling today that I did with somebody. And what really came through strong, and what Erik is saying too, that these are all these different levels of reality that are happening all at the same time, that are being played out. And the key point to this is, yes, we do have awareness that this is going on, but we also have to understand, and we touched on this too, we all have to understand that we choose where we focus our reality. And so that's what our ascension is. But yes, this is going on. And there's going to be, just to say, Erik had shared today that there's going to be some threats and some things that are going to come out this year that are going to be uncomfortable and that may really bring up some fear in many people. But again, this is a reminder to say that we do choose our reality. We are all connected through ourselves. We're
Yes.
all connected on multiple levels. So the more that we go inside and connect with he said the other day, the macro and the micro. So we look at what's going on outside of us, and then we go within ourselves and reflect that energy that creates whatever reaction that we have. And we find that within ourselves and our own circle, and we focus on what we want to produce with that reality and energy ourselves. Those cellular connections that we have with others is what
Yes.
helps.
Beautiful.
Bigger picture.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And like Hillary Clinton was really the president when Bill was the president,
Yeah.
Ms. Harris is really going to be the president when Biden.
Actually, I think Susan Rice
Yes.
is the shadow president because
Just saying,
Kamala
it's not
Harris-
going to be Biden.
no, but
Correct.
yes, Kamala Harris is going to be too busy with the very split Senate. So I don't know, but who cares?
He's the face.
Right.
He's exactly. He's the
Yeah, who
face.
the fuck cares? But let me tell you, I want to close this off by asking because people want to know what's going to happen to Trump. Is he going to be impeached? What's going to happen to this guy?
Heart. He's got some major chest stuff going on physically in here, and it has to do with his heart. He's got high blood pressure. He's got tension. I don't have to be a psychic to know that, but I am seeing that. And when I scan his body, and it's part of what I do, when I look at his body energetically, his systems are fucking ruined.
All right. Well, I'm going to do work on him, energy work on him with the scatter field. Okay. So, yeah. So tell me, if I do that, so what's going to happen to Trump? Is he going to be impeached and not be able to run again? I mean, what? I mean, you got 75 million people.
He's not going to run again.
No.
Okay, probably not. But the
He's not gonna
problem
run
is
again.
that, you know, this whole impeachment thing is kind of silly because it's so dividing.
Well, I heard today, even when I heard it in because it was a news blurb or something on TV, a commercial thing, and I was like, "What? He's already out." And then I heard it's to prove a point. But you know, and Erik is showing me Trump really has a big heart, in
Yeah.
spite of how he is. Like, you get off of that other stuff, he really has a big heart. And again, I am not a Trump supporter and I am not a Biden supporter.
Same.
I voted because of the women that marched for me to be able to vote way
Yeah.
back when. That's why.
Amen, sister. Amen.
That's why I vote, to show them respect. So, but that's what Erik is showing me. And Erik says, we got to get away from this hate shit.
I
It's
know.
This is what's created this stuff, is this hate and all of this. And he
Yeah.
said, so, you know, you want to keep seeing this shit going all the time, keep feeding that fuel with it. He says, we got to
Okay,
get
Jennifer.
Yeah, well, Erik was
last word.
saying
Tell me.
this is not a fight that they should pursue. They should leave
Yeah.
it alone.
Who's
Yeah.
they?
Anybody who the impeachment process, if they should
Oh,
just let it drop.
It's
Yeah.
stupid. It's
It
petty.
is.
It's punitive.
It's going to
it's
cost this.
divisive. I mean, come
It's
on.
not gonna go
Just
anywhere.
let it go, man.
It's ego involved in that, is what
Yes.
it is.
Yeah.
To prove a point, which is, I don't know. It's like, now show your ass is what I feel like.
Yeah.
You know, but it's, I don't know, but yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna close up, guys. We need part 2, man. I got so many questions. Can we do that?
Yes.
Sure.
Are you sure?
Do that.
Let's rock and roll.
Let's do it. All right. VeronicaDrake.com. Denise.
Denise Ramon.
I know DeniseRamon.com. Michelle, the healing H. dash art.com.
I'm doing it like this. Okay.
Heather, Common Ground. Oh,
Healing.
God. Go, guys.
Commongroundhealing.com.
Yes. And Kevin?
Just by getting a hold of Laura or Heather or Emerald City Psychics, or they can look me up on
Emerald City
Facebook.
Psychics. Jennifer is psychicmediumjenniferdoran.com. I'll put all this here if you guys. Laura?
LCRyan.com.
Yes. Anything else? Anybody else?
Did you do Abby?
Abby.
By the way, I'm wearing my lucky Africa necklace tonight. My
Very
fiance is from Ghana.
Oh,
And
Nice.
he's an American citizen, and he just came back the other day from Africa. So I just had to put that out there.
Right. Right
But,
side medium.
Yeah, Abby Dagny's Bright Side Medium. You can find me on Facebook. I have a page and a group.
All right. So, and guess what? Abby and Heather are going to come, and maybe Laura, I don't know, come and hang out at my house once I get the construction of whatever's going on in the backyard, because it's gonna be awful.
Get out of this cold ass
We're gonna
weather.
get them into the Tex-Mex and yeah.
All we care about is cool.
Yeah. And is anybody else in this group interested in joining us? Yes? No?
Yeah.
I will definitely
I don't
come
know
over.
anything about it.
I will come visit.
When am I
We
coming?
do this
We'll
because
pass it on.
we can have a huge panel reading. I can
I'll let you all
get
know.
a bunch of people's in. So you others.
I'll totally come. We have a great
Yeah.
place to stay there from when I was there, and I love the Tex-Mex restaurant by your house.
Me too. It's
I'll just
so
drive
good.
over.
Let's
I'll
do
drive
it.
over.
Y'all,
Well,
Heather, you're a good planner, and
I am on the social committee.
y'all plan it. We'll make it
Michelle,
happen.
come over
We
here.
can have a bunch of Zoom people. We can have. We're gonna make it happen, because to have a reading with this freaking panel would be amazing. Okay, so, and Kevin, don't be shy next time.
Oh, I won't be
Awesome.
forever.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you to do this. Okay, so
Yeah.
That
Kevin
takes
and I are
courage.
gonna have a
Good,
Zoom session
Kevin.
soon. Just me and him.
Yeah, I couldn't talk Lori into coming over and doing my makeup for me before the show. So, I
All right.
her.
It's her fault.
All right.
Laura.
I love
Yeah.
you guys.
Love you.
I love you, Eric. I love you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Nice to meet you all.
Bye
Bye.
bye.